Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, depend on where you are watching from. Today, we are going to talk about the Keke issue, the government's plan on handling Keke in Anambra, the tax, and everything. And we shall be looking at both government stance regards the tax and how it affects Keke operators in Anambra. Of course, tax, we understand, is a legal thing and it's normal for every community, state, local government level, country to succeed. But there's a way you will tax people and it will go wrong. And that's what we are looking at today. Please, we are not taking sides. We are looking at the two different views on this matter. Now, in the first view, it says, Governor Charles Soludo, it will be difficult for Keke riders on hire purchase to pay 15K tax without defaulting on its monthly remittance and personal domestic obligation. It's like Soludo have charged them 15K monthly. And this person is saying it will be difficult. It's like, okay, perhaps the KK people are to deliver 15K monthly in Anambra. Now he went on, for the sake of humanity, I advise that you retrospect and, if possible, please consider a downward review of this tax policy. So this person is not saying that you should remove the tax, but that is too much, that 15K tax. So no Keke should be forced to pay above 500 naira daily. This figure, which cumulates to 12K monthly, is ideally actionable, humane, and largely competitive when juxtaposed with what obtains in other neighboring states. Okay, so I hope you are listening. The government should come to terms with the fact that low-income earners in transportation sector will always prefer daily pay system over monthly payment. As such, the government should make the necessary adjustments. I understand that Anambra tax system is quite it's monthly and it's been digitalized somehow. And for it easy payment, yeah, they want it to be paid monthly. It's not okay. And this person is suggesting 500 naira daily. How can it be, using the digital platform every day to pay 500 naira daily? Okay. Rather than he's suggesting Tuludo should be collecting that 500 naira daily. That the people they have been made to, the kind of system that works with them is daily payment, 500 naira. Let's assume it's 12K monthly. They can still pay that 12K. They keep that 500 naira daily for themselves. At the end of the month, they pay the 12K through the platform. I think Soludo had to digitalize this to close some loopholes. Regards there are loopholes everywhere, but to a certain extent, reduce it. Okay, the person went and said the government should come to terms with the fact that low-income earners in transportation sectors will always prefer daily system over monthly payment. As such, the government should make the necessary adjustment. Okay, an attempt at adamance to the provisions of tenets of this council has the capacity to brand this administration as exploitative before the masses. Okay, let me just suggest here that okay, Soludo can reduce it to 12K, but I don't think that daily collection will be wise. Although you know that some will not come out some days, some will not come out. Some will be at repairs, at mechanic shops. And imagine somebody that couldn't work for almost a third of the month. The person can he still pay? And I think that is why these guys are suggesting daily, so that the tax will be among, if you work, you pay tax. Well, I don't really know how to come in. Let me round up on this so that we look at the next view. He said, please ignore calls from thoughtless voices and anarchists urging and advising you to ban Keke in the state. I can assure you that such a move will create an unprecedented level of unemployment that will metamorphose in a security crisis that will overwhelm the state and ultimately make a mess of your administration. You can choose to be a listening governor running a government with a human face or a despotic government devoid of empathy. You see what happens is that there are certain points you don't have to listen to the people. If you listen to the people, your state will crumble. Tax are necessary, but again, I will say, don't overtax people. Know what is right. If 15K is not enough, I think you come down to 12K so that they can be able to pay it comfortably. They can also save. Just like this person mentioned earlier, people who are delivering daily, people who are on higher purchase, how can they really uh, take care of it? But when making such laws, the government does not consider people who are on higher purchase. Keke owners, the laws are for Keke owners. Meanwhile, let the government look at this. Let it not just be 15K that is fixed. I think the government should know how to work on that. And removing Keke from East, wouldn't that cause a serious problem? Yes, like he said, it will create unemployment. If you check it out, many of the people who are riding Keke are educated people too. Some of them, because of lack of jobs, they had to resort to. They learn how to drive Keke as a means of getting out of poverty. So I think Anambra should not ban Keke. I don't think they should ban Keke. I don't think so personally. The only thing I think they should do is, make it very coordinated, work properly on. Okay, if they are constituting a nuisance, as in area of security, you work on you know, taming that. Not just banning Keke will not. If you go to India, you have Keke, and some of these developed countries have Keke. There must be a means of when you remove Keke, taxis will be costlier, bikes will be costlier. So I think the government should think about that. Now we shall look at the second view. This second view, I think it goes against the first. Because you don't only listen to people who are just they are crying. Please don't. It's too high. The tax is too high. Let's look at it. Because there are certain things that they are doing too that are affecting other people. This other view the person wrote, he said, the last time I traveled home, the Keke rider that took me from Nnewi to Amishi was lamenting of the tax imposed on them by Soludo government. He said the money is too much to be paid and that he can't afford to pay monthly unless daily. I asked him if he had paid any tax to the state government since 7 months ago, and he answered no. I now told him if the government has not collected tax money from him since 7 months ago, why can't he save up money from now and be ready to pay once the government is ready to collect the money? So all this while they have not been paying tax. That is what it seems. And the government just started and they are groaning, they are feeling they have been hurt. Now, this guy went on and said, the Keke rider and all the occupants didn't support my argument. Okay, this is an argument that ensued while in a Keke. Said they even queried me on why the state government that has not done anything for them should even have a plan to collect tax from them in the first instance. They have to pay tax actually. He said, I was surprised and dumbfounded in their thinking. They want good roads, security, and development, but they don't want to assist government by paying their taxes. Just like I said earlier before I started, for any government to function, there must be tax collection. The tax helps to fix the place. Okay, you expect to ride on good roads, but you don't have to pay something. Because where will the government fetch the money? Most government and authorities get money from taxes and other ways. The road need to be maintained. Or did you build roads for them? The government. Now this guy went on, he said, they wanted to be paying daily, but that is not what the state government wants because government can't employ people to go around Anambra State to be enforcing daily 500 naira tax collection from the Keke riders, of which many of them will devise a means to dodge the tax collectors. So you see the case. The government is also wise, and the other, that is quite true. A lot of them will want to evade it. But the government, what I'm saying in all of this, the government should be considerate. He went on, he said, collecting the money monthly in a bulk is quite easy for the government, but our people are against that. Government wanted to eliminate Agbero from Anambra parks, hence the plan to be collecting the money monthly from the transporters. You pay once in a month and you operate. And I understand Anambra State resolve to rid the state of Agbero. Because Agbero they take the money. What does Agbero contribute to the society? Nothing. They take the money, they give to their Oga who, if you, in the case of Lagos, it could be embezzled on women, buying cars and doing all sort of things. And that applies everywhere too. So the idea is, what are these Agbero doing with this money? But the government will use the money, a good government too, will use the money to fix certain things. He went on, he said, these same Anambra Keke riders will travel to Lagos and pay whatever Oluomo now. They mentioned Oluomo MC Oluomo, the chief abbot of Lagos. They will pay whatever Oluomo and his goons tell them to pay. But the only difference here is that Lagos state government employs thousands of abbot to be collecting the money on their behalf. But Anambra state government wants a digital tax collection system to make sure that all the money enters into the state government's purse, unlike Lagos, where about only 20% of the money collected goes into the Lagos state government purse, while 80% goes into different pockets of individuals. Those pockets include So I think Anambra is trying to make it more in order, straightforward, and they want to get enough of that money. They want to make sure most of that money is going into the government purse, and they're gonna use it to fix things. Imagine they said a Lagos Saburo will remit 20% to the government, 80% goes to, the chief Aburo. He's contesting already. It is too sad that our people in Anambra doesn't want a sane society, but they will sit down at the comfort of their homes and admire sane societies like Europe and America. Yet they can't sacrifice to pay their taxes as demanded by the state government in order for their homeland to be like Europe and America. Today they are protesting in Oka just to make sure they frustrate Soludo government. I suggest that Soludo government should ban them and immediately float government-owned transport system in Anambra. Then any of them that wants to continue in transport business should come for employment. Enough of demanding from your fatherland without looking for what to do for your fatherland. So the question now is, would you rather pay the tax as directed by the government or be put off outside the system, and the government will introduce their own that that is well structured, properly arranged, and you'll be begging for employment. And certainly a lot of people will lose their work if the government wants to introduce theirs. For me, I also see if the government will make proper use of this tax money, taxpayers' money, because this is part of taxpayers' money. I think the other way is also fine. The daily remittance or the daily payment, I don't know how transparent it will be, as we see in other places. Meanwhile, like we do on this channel, we allow viewers to add their comment, tell us what you think about this. And we hope the government will see this and probably review it, a downward review of the tax. What do you think? Add your comments. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Share this video widely. Follow us Facebook, Twitter, Instagram for more updates. Bye-bye.